So, Mr. Chibefi, you come from the eastern region.
Yeah,
I almost assumed you came from the central region, and western. The way you are mentioning Pedro, you are mentioning this, and you are mentioning that. Which part of the eastern region do you come from?
Kufuridia.
Kufuridia.
Yeah.
You born and bred there?
Yes.
Which part?
Kufuridia. I schooled in Kufuridia. I was born and bred in Kufuridia. Attended schools in Kufuridia, basics and even secondary school. I attended in Kufuridia.
Do you go back since you grew up and became a popular CEO who's been doing this? Do you go back home?
I do a lot. I've been going back home. I mean, since I became like a senior manager, like my career.
And do you engage politically back home? You're an MPP man,
yes,
definitely. So
yes, because I was a part-time politician. I used to say because I was doing back office stuff for the party, because I was the kind of job I was doing. You could have shown your face to be doing politics, but people who were close to me knew that I was like an
MPP man,
an MPP person, and I was doing a lot for the party.
Okay, and
behind the scenes.
And now that you've come to the front, there are whispers that you have your eyes on bigger things.
Oh, I've had my eyes on bigger things long ago.
Like what?
Anything big.
In the Eastern region.
It can be to become a CEO one day, to become a minister.
You can be CEO of your constituency. You can be MP of your constituency.
To become an MP too. If you have said that, then I will support you. I didn't say it, but if you have said that, I'll support you.
But is that something you have considered? Have people asked you about this?
You see, I believe that, you see, once a politician, you want to have ambitions in life. I was a student politician too, so you have ambitions in life, and I believe that my ambition is very clear as far as the game of politics is concerned. That I believe that I wanted to do politics at a certain age. I wanted to do full-time politics at a certain age, and I started that. And so far, we are in the game. We are still politicians because I'm working. So we're just waiting for the party to give us the chance to.
But you've been given such an important job by the president.
Yeah,
you are at the forefront of industrialization. You're at the forefront of revenue mobilization. You're at the forefront of so many important things. Why would you put that down for the uncertainty of trying to get into parliament?
You want to be if you're a politician, you will not even think about or say what all those things you are saying, because you are looking at to become. These are your ambitions in life. You have your set ambitions, and then you believe that at a certain period you have to get to this stage. In Ghana politics, I mean, becoming an MP is very important as far as in the politics of Ghana is concerned.
It's important for you?
I mean, anybody who is a politician believes that. That's what I know, that it is very important, provided you want to venture into that area. But for me, I had my own ambitions, and being an MP or becoming an MP one day was part of the ambitions that I had in life, and I think the time is now.
What do you offer? What exactly are you bringing to the table so that the people of your constituency in the New Jabin South, is it?
Yeah.
Why should the people of New Jabin South look at you and say, this guy is a good guy?
I believe that, you see, politics has always been something that I must not just be done as in you're just doing politics. You have to have good vision for people, and then you have to also have certain qualities that people will feel and see that this person can really help us. Because the political game, there are a lot of things that need to be done right, and for me, if you don't do those things, you don't qualify to be a member of parliament. Because as a member of parliament, you are not a contractor. You are not you're not supposed to be somebody who can initiate projects in
an agent of development.
You're only an agent, but you cannot just decide whether the thing can be done or not. So then, if there's somebody there who thinks different, as far as this particular, you have to look at things again.
Okay.
In the game, I'm talking like that. I don't want to just. I'm talking like that. Just accept it like that. The way I'm talking.
I'm trying to accept it, but I also want you to tell me more. My audience are interested because the people in your constituency are also watching.
For me, politics.
They need you to tell them something.
Politics.
That is what you want to do.
Political parties are set up to win elections. That's the first point. Political parties are set up to win elections. So
the MPP is already popular in your constituency.
So that's why political parties defined as a group of people with the same idea who want to win power through elections and implement policies. And so then a political party can only form a government when he has won power. That's all I want to say here.
All right, I hear you.
If you have a candidate who cannot win elections, it means that particular person must be taken out for somebody who can win elections to come. To be able to, for us to win elections to form a government.
Okay.
You understand the point I'm making?
I get the point you're making. It simply tells me that come next year, New Jabin South will be there.
I'm not saying that, but I'm only telling you that when somebody can also not meet the aspiration of the people, but by trying to be there for the people, there's a need for us to bring someone who sees politics as not working to receive your reward in heaven, but on earth. That person can also help you too. Because in the game of politics, because it's a voluntary job, everybody wants to get something in politics. That's why we join political parties. So after elections, people will be lobbying to get positions. Why do they lobby to get positions? The same thing must apply to the ordinary party person who doesn't have the clout to come and lobby in a crowd for positions, but only need a small job to do. So if the person has somebody who is an MP who understands him, and be able to help him in that contest, then that person must be given the opportunity, not the one who will think about himself alone.
All right, I hear you. I'm not going to push you any further on that. You've made your position quite clear. But you're a very busy man. You move around. You have to travel. You have to do this. Well, how do you relax? Do you even relax?
Yes, I do.
What do you do?
What can I do? I just do what everybody does.
Really?
Yes.
I watch football. What do you do?
I also watch football a lot. As a matter of fact, you cannot come to my house and watch anything apart from football.
Which teams?
As a matter of fact,
which teams do you like?
I support any good team in this world. Any team that you think is good. In Ghana,
in Ghana, which one do you like?
I'm a serious supporter. I'm not just a supporter. I'm a die-hard supporter of Accra Folk. Not just an ordinary die-hard, but principal die-hard. Principal.
You have to change your status. Thank you very much.
I support United in the EPL.
Oh, then you're my friend.
Okay, so then I'm a football fan. I do watch football a lot. You come to my house and I relax with football, and then sometimes too with friends. I join certain groups and associations and fraternities, and I just meet and go and have fun with them too.
All right then. Thank you very much for your time on Face to Face. We've been speaking to, it's been an interesting conversation with Mr. Michael Ochebe Efi, the CEO of the Ghana Free Zones Authority, a man who